All right, G, come on, let's go. Buckle up, wrestling fans, from a frigid Greensburg, Pennsylvania. We are live from the McKenna Center on the campus of Seton Hill University for a Friday night PSAC matchup between the 13th ranked Kutztown University Golden Bears and the home Matt Griffins, who are looking to stay perfect at home. And it's all presented by Mike Camlin Honda in Greensburg. That's right, it is a wrestling night on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Good evening, fam, and welcome into our Young Guns broadcast booth for this evening's pre-match show presented by the Mat Factory. Alongside my broadcast brother, George Carter, I am Smitty. Marky K is on the sticks, and believe it or not, yours truly is on the controls. Yes, that's right. On the call and producing. G, bringing you in. It's Friday night. It's December, Christmas time. Great PSAC matchup getting ready to happen here in just about 7 or so minutes. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you said it's a frigid night up here on top of the hill, but it's about to heat up here in the McKenna Center. The Griffins coming off of back-to-back wins over Fairmont State and St. Vincent College. We were on the call. Some great high-level wrestling going on there, and you have the 13th ranked Kutztown Bears. They're also coming off impressive wins off of Fairmont State. Back on November 17th, they were actually victorious 46-3 against Fairmont. And also, they were able to top Frostburg State also 39-3. So we know that Kutztown's a very impressive team, currently on a two-match win streak, right? And so are the Griffins. So, hey, they're going to come to head tonight, and someone's going to be leaving here with a loss on their record. I'm excited for it. There's, as you look up and down the weight, you would say on paper that Kutztown's favored. They have a handful of nationally ranked wrestlers. The Griffins led by their, leader in Kittering, currently ranked in the nation, returning national qualifier, regional champ. So it's going to be very interesting. There's a lot of key matches that I'm interested for. Can't wait to get it underway.
For sure, especially at 74, where it's going to be Gimbor and Kettering. Really looking forward to that one. It's going to be a real test for Kane Kettering. I don't know that he's really had that test thus far this season, but this is going to be a good marker for him. And then next week, both of these teams heading to the Midwest Classic out in Indy. And we just, right here about 5 minutes ago, assistant coach Ziad Haddad, former Kutztown heavyweight, was talking about the challenge of that tournament, because I believe he said there's 45 Division II teams. It's a very large tournament, and there may be some guys there that don't make it out of their conference or their region to the actual national tournament. And he said it's probably tougher than the NC2A tournament overall, but they're going to use it as a gauge. And I'm sure Coach DeAugustine on the flip side for the Griffins will be doing exactly the same thing. That's a tournament where you find out just how good you are and what you need to work on. Plus, you're seeing competition, G, that you may not normally see throughout the regular season, but you could see at the show. So it's good to get out there and get a little sneak peek at it. 22-year vet Patrick Frank out of Fox Chapel will be this evening's head official. It's coming up next for us here at the Westmoreland Sports Network. A lot of wrestling coming up for our 24-25 broadcast series. Wednesday, December 11th, we'll be at Greater Latrobe for an awesome crosstown matchup with Derry. Saturday, December 21st, we'll be out in the AK Valley, that classic crosstown rival. Two schools about 5 minutes apart. Burrell at Kiski, 2 p.m. And then after Christmas, we'll have dual coverage, the Southmoreland Christmas Classic Finals on Saturday, December 28th. And we will also have live audio coverage of the Powerade Tournament, Day 2. Again, that's audio coverage only, Day 2. I kind of like this jam that they're coming out to, G.
Yeah,
right?
I was thinking that.
All right, we're going to turn it over to SID, Jason Green. You're tuned into the Westmoreland Sports Network and our Mat Factory pre-match show. Don't go anywhere, because the lineups and anthem are coming shortly, and that's all brought to you by PA Power Wrestling. Pennsylvania is wrestling. Stay here.
Good evening. Welcome to the McKenna Center for tonight's PSAC dual match between the visiting Kutztown Golden Bears and your Seton Hill Griffins. Seton Hill University and the PSAC promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, other intimidating actions directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. At this time, we ask that you please rise and gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet the wrestlers for tonight's 10 matches. First match, 125 pounds for Kutztown, Nick Allison. And for the Griffins, Dawn Lindsay. Second match, 133 pounds for Kutztown, Javier De Leon. And for the Griffins, Jacob Braun. Next, at 141 pounds for Kutztown, Jared Fulton. And for the Griffins, Nico Vera. 149 pounds for Kutztown, Jimmy Ryan. And for the Griffins, Ty Linsenbigler. Next up, 157 pounds for Kutztown, Jeremy McKinney. And for the Griffins, Christian Hyrack. Next up, 165 pounds for Kutztown, Bailey Gimbor. And for the Griffins, Colin Kern. 174 pounds for the Golden Bears, Dalton Gimbor. And for the Griffins, Kane Kettering. Next up, 184 pounds for Kutztown, Matthew Weinberg. And for the Griffins, Troy McClellan. Next up, 197 for Kutztown, Wayne McIntyre. And for the Griffins, Brendan Finnerty. Final matchup, 285 pounds for Kutztown, Liam Akers. And for the Griffins, Ethan Kane.
All righty, back to our Young Guns, a broadcast booth. George Carter, I am Smitty. Ceremonious handshake and coin flip again. Patrick Frank, 22 years of experience out there officiating tonight's event. So you may ask, what's the coin or the disc flip we should say for? So it'll land on red. Red will pick odd or even. So let's say they pick odd. I didn't hear what they picked, but if they pick odd, then they have to appear first in matches 1, 3, 5, 7, and they also get choice into the second period. College wrestling made up of 3 periods. First period, 3 minutes in length. Second and third period, 2 minutes in length. We'll get to overtime and talk about that when we get there. Again, 3-point takedowns, 4-point near falls on a 4 count. A 2 and 3 count will get you 2.
First match, 125 pounds. For
that'll do it for our Mat Factory pre-match show. Let's go to center mat for live action here. PSAC. Brought to you by Mike Camlin Hyundai in Greensburg. Thanks to Mike. And G, give me an intro.
For the Griffins, we have Dawn Lindsay, the freshman out of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, Central Valley High School, currently 11-3 on the year. He's taking on Nick Allison, the junior, out at Lewistown, Pennsylvania, Mifflin County High School. This is one of the matchups that I've, was really looking forward to getting to see. Dawn Lindsay on a tear this year, loves to put up bonus points if it's Tex or if it's a pin, quick as a cat.
Yeah, took the words out of my mouth. In on that single, changed off to a double and secured that 3-point takedown. Gonna let the clock wind down again. Excuse me, I'm doing double duty here, and I'm already failing at that, running the production here. So let's get the clock going on the whistle. Granby attempt. Nice bit of riding there by Lindsay. Allison up to his feet. Lindsay going to give him the kick. That's a 1-point escape. That's his objective. Those of you out there that may not be too familiar with wrestling, don't worry. We'll talk you through it. 3-1 on the board. Level check and change by Dawn Lindsay, the freshman, looking for a shrug right into a single leg shot. Nicely defended by Allison. Allison working his front head and arm. Looking to cut the corner a little bit. Lindsay re-penetrates. Great knee slide. Trying to scoot around the back. Turk position here for Allison, and he's looking to step over, but Lindsay overpowers it. Great display of strength and just will to get that 3-point takedown, G.
Yeah, and that's the MO with Lindsay. The key is now, I'm interested to see what's Lindsay's cardio like. Can he keep this high pace throughout the whole remainder of the match? Because, Allison's going to keep coming.
Indeed he will. He's going to give him another 1-point escape back to neutral. 6-2 on the big scoreboard. Just tuning in. First match, 125 pounds. Nick Allison taking on Dawn Lindsay. Seton Hill in the black and red. The Golden Bears in their gold singlets. Thank all of you for joining us on this blusterly Friday evening. Boy, it was cold this week. Gee, yesterday was just rude, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was definitely cold.
It's a different kind of cold up here on this hill.
It's definitely a different kind of cold up here.
A little bit of hand fighting, 2 break free, stay center mat, 53 seconds and counting down here in the opening period. Oh, nice heel pick and a stall call on Nick Allison. First one you get, second one will cost him a point, and look at this. Great display of strength, and I'll tell you what, Allison not just giving it up. I mean, he fought a couple lift and mat returns, but in the end, Lindsay throws another 3-spot up. 3 takedowns here in the first period. He has the lead 9-2 with 25 to go here in the opening period. Stamina looks so far so good to me.
It does look good. This ride out here to end the first period will be huge for Lindsay. He's got to be close to getting close to that minute of riding time.
We'll get that report for you here in just a little bit. Short time. And there is the buzzer. So 9-2 the lead for the Griffin. Dawn Lindsay.
Zero hesitation there by Coach DeAugustine to go neutral.
Oop, I'm already screwing up here. G, here we go, and hit start. Neutral position here to begin the second.
And you see that hesitation by Allison, doesn't want to close the gap there. He's thinking of Lindsay's speed in the back of his mind.
For sure. And he goes with a big headlock. Lindsay able to roll all the way through. Boy, that could have been big for Allison. 3 and some near fall, but how about this? Lindsay in on a double leg. Now he's going to come up on a body lock. He's got the seatbelt across with his right arm here at the edge. Going to stay in bounds. Gives him a little shake and shimmy for a 3-point takedown right at the edge of the mat. We love edge of the mat scoring, and so do these Griffin fans. Now 12-2, G.
Yeah, 12-2. I would guess that Lindsay's up over that minute for the riding time. You could tell when Lindsay was in that double, he's kind of hesitant, trying to stay in bounds, but able to kind of get that little,
a burst. It's like he lulls you to sleep a little bit, lets you relax, and then all of a sudden that cat-like reflexes.
And Allison did the same thing when he threw that headlock.
Sure did. Under 45 to go, 12-2 the lead for the Griffin. So a decision by 1 to 7 points is a 3-point decision for your squad. A major decision is if you win between 8 and 14 points. 15 points is a tech fall. The match is terminated right there unless there's chance of a pin. 6 points for a fall, disqualification, or forfeit. 1 point escape there for Nick Allison. Nick Allison out of Lewistown, PA. Short time here in the second. And we'll go to the third, 12-3. Good start here for the true freshman out of Aliquippa.
See what Allison has on top here.
He's in a bit of a hole. Lindsay set right to a side headlock for Allison. He's got the left boot in. Nice job by Lindsay, maintaining base, staying tight. Not really allowing Allison to get him stretched out. So we were talking about riding time earlier. If you secure yourself 1 minute of riding time after the match is completed, you get a point. So for sure, we don't know what that time is, and I excuse us for not knowing that. We will get it to you. Lindsay had definitely over a minute, but now the clock is working backwards in favor of Allison. So if he can get it under the minute, and we'll have a stalemate. No harm, no foul, just no action, no improvement. So Mr. Frank, stop the action, and we'll get reset. Left side cover for Nick Allison. Right to that side headlock again. Throws in the boot. I like the setup. I think that's what he does is he gets his opponent turning, and then he throws in that boot.
And that, going to that lock right off the whistle kind of just freezes the bottom man just enough. He's able to throw that boot in on that left side, but he's going to have to go to work here. Maybe cut Lindsay, go back to your feet, try to get back to that headlock, but you're at 50 seconds here to go. You're down 12-3. Hasn't really got to a point where he put Lindsay in danger here. Lindsay's doing he's just doing enough, right, not to get the stall warning by the ref, but then also not to find himself in any danger.
There is one stall call, and that's on Nick Allison. Under 30 to go. Sorry, I screwed up the clock. We're neutral here, 15-3.
Allison looks to be setting that headlock up. That's where he was at the first time.
13-3, excuse me. Looking for that headlock again. Pops the head out, another 3-point takedown, 16-3. So major decision on the horizon here for the true freshman, Dawn Lindsay, getting the Griffins started with a win.
Winner by a 16-3 score, 125 pounds from Seton Hill, Dawn Lindsay.
Throw a 4 spot up on the board for the Griffins. And who do we have coming out here at 133, G? That's number 2 out of 10.
For Kutztown, Javier De Leon. And for the Griffins, Jacob Braun.
You heard the announcer, freshman Jacob Braun out of Greensburg, PA, Greater Latrobe High School, taking on Javier De Leon out of Altoona, PA, Liberty High School.
Liberty High School, Javier De Leon. Javier De Leon in the gold, Braun in the red and black with the shoulder gear on. Again, bout number 2, 4-0. Griffins with the lead after a major decision by true freshman Dawn Lindsay over Nick Allison. Little misdirect, low leg single, trying to cut to corner is Braun. Looking to tabletop it, brings it up. Good technique, I like it. Go for the strong finish here. Is De Leon, wow, what nice defense. Gets himself the first points of our 133 bout, up 3-0. Running that claw tough from the left side. Tight waist from the right. Really hugging the hips, good forward pressure. Certainly making Braun carry all of his weight, trying to suck him back into a crab. Looking for near fall exposure. How do you get near fall exposure? Well, you have to break a 45-degree angle with your opponent's back. And DeLeon is giving it everything he's got to do that right now, but great fight by Jacob Braun.
And I was wondering here, what decision the coach staff from Seton Hill was going to go with here. Do they go with the freshman and Braun, or do they go with the junior and Garner? Has a little bit of more mat experience here, but Braun is out there competing. Got in on that shot beautifully, just didn't finish. Now it's got to go to work here.
Got the 1-point escape. Did a nice job switching out of those legs. Nice duck under here by DeLeon. Looked like Braun had the Turk and was going to try to whip it.
Just not enough horsepower there for Braun. He kind of
Excuse me,
had
not
that.
Turk.
It wasn't the
Chin
Turk.
whip.
I know what you meant.
Excuse me. It's Friday. It's been a long week. My brain's cold. Minute to go here in the first period. 6-1. Golden Bear up. It's Javion DeLeon. Tough ride on top. Blown dead. Potentially dangerous. 52 seconds. Braun will be down.
Let's go. First move. Flatten him out, kid. Come on, Jack.
Right side cover for DeLeon. Right to that claw from the right side. Reaching back here through the crotch as Braun comes up to his feet, looking to fight hands. Needs to get a 1-point escape here. There's your mat returns. You have 5 seconds and a nice hip pop and mat return there for DeLeon. Got Braun flattened out. Looking to bar up here on the right side. He's digging in a reinforced bar. He's trying to dig it in. He's minding that right hand through, but Braun quickly pinched off.
Seconds.
30-year vet Robert Fisher, head coach of the Golden Bears, walking the edge of the mat, handing out instruction to DeLeon, who's going to take a 6-1 lead to the second.
Nicely done. Bottom right away. 3 takes ball.
Let's see if the freshman and Braun could go to work here on top. Try to dig into that riding time. You'd have to guess that DeLeon has close to probably 2 minutes of riding time.
You're out. You're out. No, just have one. Get you one.
Coming back up to his feet is DeLeon, looking to throw a far cradle on his Braun. He's got it locked up. He's going to rip it back. DeLeon, good golly, look at the flexibility, but Braun not letting go, hanging on that.
Braun
like
jumps over the head and comes over the head and circle it around. Can't let DeLeon pop his head out here. He still has the lock. When the guy brings the hand out on the back, you just jump over. Try to bump his hip down. Don't let this go to a stalemate. You got to stay active in that position.
Keep bumping in. Now he's going to pop his head out and right in to a 2-point reversal. So a reversal when you go from bottom to top, and then he's looking to run a Merkle here. Too bad Flick's not in the house.
That's Flick's
one of his favorite
moves.
Yeah, that's his signature. He's running production over at Hempfield High School for a hoop game. Don't worry, we won't make too much fun of him. How about this? Looking for a Peterson is Braun. But DeLeon going to
Let's get ready to scramble here.
Yeah, for sure. At least get yourself 1 point, down 8-1. Get yourself back in, get on your feet, get back to work. I mean, he's had 2 opportunities to score on his feet. That's Braun. But great defense by DeLeon. But he's going to get 2-point reversal here.
Got to look to pop the head, put him in danger here.
He's got it. Oh, but DeLeon, man, man.
Strength.
I mean, this is experience right here. It's all it is, G. 24 and counting down.
Experience, didn't panic in that position, able to wrestle through the hold. And those are positions for Braun that are going to come as he gains more mat experience here at this Division II level. You got to think just last year, he's wrestling what tournament they have going on right now, probably getting ready for the Holiday Classic.
Right.
At Southmoreland, or were they at Powerade?
They were at Powerade.
Good job. Couple breaths.
2 minutes. We're going to start neutral here in the third. 8-1 the lead for Javion DeLeon. Dropping right into a fireman's carry. See if he can pop his head out, maybe secure some near fall. But how about this? Funkmaster Flash, Jacob Braun rolls all the way through, trying to peek out the back door, so no takedown awarded there. Good scramble by Braun. See if he can take advantage of it here. Reach back. He's got him in a Peterson. He's got to lock one of these up tight because he's had DeLeon dead to rights a few times.
At this point now, you just got to scramble up. There he is.
No three awarded just yet. Looking for the mat return, brings him down, and then right to a switch. Good reaction here, and now he's going to secure the three-point takedown. So all that, people are like, wow, how are there not points being thrown up? It's about control. When you have a veteran like Patrick Fank officiating the matches, there's reaction time. You know, he's not going to prematurely just start throwing points up. DeLeon looking to suck Braun back. Braun not having any of it. If he could have popped his hips out, turned in, he could have caught DeLeon on his back, which probably would have resulted in DeLeon flurrying off of his back. And
you know, and it's twofold, right? You know, with Braun, you gotta wrestle all the way through the hold, and then with DeLeon, he's doing a great job of wrestling through the hold. Sure. That's why he didn't give up any points there.
You nailed it earlier when you said it's Matt experience, and I 110% agree. He's going to come out and gator roll. Braun, this is tight, folks, and he's got about a half a minute to fight this one off. Gets to a full 4 count, so that'll throw up a 4 spot.
Gotta watch that shoulder.
Nice job by Braun. You know, he hasn't changed. Him and his brother, they don't get pinned. I mean, they do anything to avoid getting pinned, so 15-1. But I assume riding time will kick in, so it'll be a 16-1 technical fall. So after 2 matches, the Golden Bears will lead 5-4 as we head to our third bout at 141 pounds. Nice win there by Mr. DeLeon. Getting out of Allentown, PA, Liberty High School.
Next up, 141 pounds for Kutztown, Jared Wolf. And for Seton Hill, Nico Farah.
Coming to the mat now for the Griffins, sophomore Nico Farah out of Lower Burrell, the Burrell Buck. Taking on Jarrett Filton, sophomore out of Nottingham, Pennsylvania, Solanco High School.
School knows a thing or two about wrestling.
I'd say, well, both actually. The Burrell Bucks.
Yes, indeed.
And Solanco High School, but, you know, both teams kind of exchanging bonus points here. The Bears coming up on top.
Fulton in on a high single, trying to drive all the way up. Good sprawl reaction by Farah. Trying to knee drop and a knee slide in is Fulton. Comes back up to his feet. Dancing near the edge. Good wizard defense there. Using that leverage is Nico Farah. Tell that Fulton's trying to limp arm out here at the edge. It's going to be a scramble reaction. Comes Fulton pulling Farah back towards the center of the mat, looking for a foot sweep.
Fulton kind of lucked out there. Just a split second he came out and went back in. I mean, we're talking.
And how about this? Farah just hips in heavy. Has Fulton. Nope. Good scramble position here for Fulton. Boy, these guys are tough to score on.
These Bears wrestle all the way through the hold.
Telling you, man.
Farah had him dead to rights.
Yeah, you have to finish hard and clean and fast on these Golden Bears because they'll wrestle right through. Next thing you know, you're counting lights at the McKenna Center.
And it's almost, that's kind of what's happening with the Griffins. You know, they're wrestling up until the point where they're like, okay, I got the tail. Oh, nope, I don't have it. Instead of finishing it and securing the hold.
And that'll come with the maturity.
Yeah.
Just about 90 seconds remaining here in the first period. We're scoreless. Another single leg attempt here by Jared Fulton. Farah digging in, sprawling, but good strength there by Fulton. Looking for a lift, mat return. Farah's always been tough to take down. Good balance, good athleticism.
You know, very, very tough to take down, but you like to see him get a little bit more active here, right?
Trying to work inside out on an ankle to cut the corner. Patrick Fank blows it dead with a stalemate. 1 minute, 8 seconds, still scoreless. Yes, I hear you, G. He needs to get a little bit more motion, maybe get on his offense.
Because there's one thing, you know, defensively, you stop the man's forward motion. right? But then you got to get on your offense and start looking to score, going back hook, go behind, or, kind of looking to hit bump them and then just at least clear away from it.
Shot attempt there by Farah. Blocked off by Fulton. Back to their feet. Single leg attempt there by Farah. No go. Back up to his feet.
Circle. That's it.
Right here, this is where Farah needs to go.
Bounce the head there and then go right behind.
Indeed. Got to score here, or at least let him know that he was in a front headlock that he doesn't want to be in again. Fulton going to drive. Back up to his feet. And we'll get.
Short time. Head wheel as soon as you lock your hand.
I'm not very good at this clock, folks, and I do apologize.
It's a work in progress.
It is.
You have faith in you.
I'm glad somebody does.
That's how the first period will conclude or end here. 0-0.
Come on now, let's wear him down a little bit. First
Farrah's going to pick the bottom position to start the second period. Let's see what Fulton can do here on top.
Left side cover for Fulton. Squeeze pride jam off the whistle. Farrah up to his feet. Fighting hands. There's a lift mat return right there. Farrah doing a nice job staying laced on the leg. Fulton drops down to get pushed out of bounds right here in front of our Young Guns broadcast booth. 11 seconds gone. Farrah set. We're scoreless. Squeeze pride jam from that left side. Nice drop by Farrah. Maintain base, getting to the tripod position. Here comes the claw from the left side by Fulton. Good forward pressure. Farrah all the way up to his feet, fighting that high hand, dropping down to the side maybe to get to a single is Fulton, but he'll drive him out of bounds, and that's going to be a stall call on Jared Fulton, driving him out of bounds.
Yeah, you can't drive him right out of bounds. You got to make some attempts to return him back to the mat.
Inside the circle, indeed. Kind of a sag breakdown for Fulton on that left side. He's going to give Farrah the cut. Farrah with a juke step. Thought he was going to follow it up, and he should have. Kind of caught Fulton on his heels there for a brief moment. Those are those moments you have to take advantage, especially against these Golden Bears. A lot of experience.
And now, with that stall warning, Phil's got to go.
Yep.
He can't
push it. I agree, G. Brings him down. Double underhooks, looking to go to a front head. Fulton peels off the left hand, drops down into a fireman's carry, trying to go all the way through, but Farrah just doing Farrah's stuff. Look at that defense. Nothing just yet, and Fulton pops around and gets the three-point takedown. Good scramble and recovery by Jared Fulton.
He doesn't want to go down there.
This is where Farrah, he just does unorthodox stuff, and he's so good at it because he does it so hard and with purpose. Could end up in a stalemate right here, and indeed we do. 31 ticks, 1 point red. Okay, I believe it was locked hands. I think that's what the.
Well, I thought he said stalling, not a penalty point for locking hands.
Well, he was in control, so he still can't lock around the way the body. Mat return there by Fulton. Thigh pry on the right side. Half now with the left. Looking for a knee slide is Nico Farrah. Be good if he can get one here. Tie the bout up. Fulton's choice in the third. Short time remaining here. Middle frame. Up
Sense
to his
of urgency
feet.
here. You're out.
Trying to cut away. He breaks free. Does he get one? No change. 3-2. Fulton clings to a lead. He'll have decision.
So Farrah take a look over at the riding clock. Now going back to that exchange right there in the second, I think that there was a stall call called, not a penalty for locking hands. I could be wrong though.
1:20 on the riding time clock.
So Farrah's going to look to try to drop it down under that 1 minute, and then I would guess maybe you cut him, or do you have faith in your top game that you could get the turn? I mean, you'll be down 1 if you cut him, then you're down. I mean, a takedown will win it.
There's the 1 point escape.
I don't think he erased the riding time.
Under a minute of riding time,
So
says
he did
Jason
eliminate
Green.
it.
So 4-2. Underhook position, take advantage of it. He's got head position with it too, does Farrah. Hand fighting on the right side, looking to cut the corner. Golden Bears lead the overall duel 5-4. A major decision for the Griffins at 25 and a technical fall at 133. Here we are at 141. Nico Farrah down 4-2 to Jared Fulton. Fulton firing another shot, does have a stall call inside out on the far ankle and trying to cut the corner.
He has the butt drag right here. Come over top and you got it.
Fulton hanging on like a snapping turtle to the right leg of Farrah. And right here, you got to get the battle. Don't wait for his stalemate. Farrah hipping in heavy, trying to break that lock. Now he's got to go.
Score here. You got to look to score.
Lock back hook,
He
go
broke
behind.
the lock.
Nice throw by
Go
attempt
high
there by
crotch.
Farrah.
There it is.
Drops it on a low angle, captures that other leg, and 3 for Nico Farrah. He's got to try to bump up here, move up the body. Going to be blown dead with a stalemate. There's actually 10 seconds. Let me get my clock to match the big clock. Here we go, and I'll tell you, man, Farrah has just been doing this since his days of wearing baby blue out in Lower Burl. Doing it here in the red and black. Should say scarlet. Looking for a Granby attempt is Fulton, and then almost right into a tilt position. Farrah can scramble 2-1, and the Griffins, they come from behind, win for Nico Farrah. Puts the Griffins back on top, 7-4. Good golly, Miss Molly. What a good one, G.
Yeah, great match. You know, Farrah was able to pull out that takedown. Well, first Farrah was able to get that ride out to erase the riding time, then get that takedown for a ride out for the win.
He had it planned all along. He does like to keep it interesting. It's not the first come from behind win we've seen from Nico Farrah.
And it's not going to be the last, I'll tell you that.
For sure. This looks the best. The caveman look. Lovely rocks it. Who do we have at 149, G? 7-5. Overall match score. Go ahead. Give it to me.
149 for the Griffins. Ty Linsenbigler, the junior out of Greensburg, PA. Hempfield Area High School, the transfer from Lock Haven, taking on 10th ranked Jimmy Ryan, graduate student for Kutztown out of Staten Island, New York. Monsignor Farrell High School.
Monsignor. All right, here we go.
Transfer out of from Gannon.
Yep.
Ryan NCAA qualifier last year was Jimmy Ryan.
Oh, screwed up the clock already, people. Sorry. Go back to good. Good hand fighting. Two trying to figure each other out here a little bit. Nice stutter stepper by Linsenbigler. Needs to come back to that one.
And you know, this is going to be a good test for Linsenbigler to kind of see where he stacks up against a top 10 guy in the nation.
Transfer from Lock Haven is Linsenbigler. Trying to control the elbow on the left side. Good snap down there by Ryan. Ryan retreats center. Thanks to Marky Kazanowicz. Kazana sticks tonight because he's up there on the sticks. That's what we call the tripod. Jimmy Ryan gets in on a double, trying to peek out the back door, but really dropping down some heavy hip pressure is Linsenbigler. Now changing off to the single is Ryan. Well, crotch lift and lock and lift for Linsenbigler. Don't want to stay here and wait for a stalemate.
We've
already seen the Golden Bears wrestle through everything.
It is, but that may have been the best scenario for Linsenbigler to kind of stay in there for that stalemate, or now, you know, kind of scramble out of it. He's got to be careful here. He doesn't want to put himself in any danger.
Like right there, indeed, G, you called it. Not a cradle, but there's going to be the three-point takedown for Jimmy Ryan. He's got to break the 45-degree angle. Only getting off a 1 count. That's not good enough for any near fall point. So 3-0. Good job by Lindsey-Bigler to not give up any more than the three-point takedown. Ryan working the boots high from the left side, trying to mine in the right side and get Lindsey-Bigler extended. Under a minute here in the first period. 3-0, Jimmy Ryan. 7-5, Griffins in the lead after 3 bouts. Bout number 4 out of 10 right now. That was a special surprise after 157 for everybody. Be a small intermission break with some recognition. We'll get to that in a little bit as Jimmy Ryan continuing to work on top and work the riding clock. Lindsey-Bigler needs to build his base. He's got to come up off of his belly, knees tight. Work to get a 1-point escape. Nice crowd on hand here inside the McKenna Center. Salvitti Gymnasium. Gee, are classes over? Or?
No, classes are far from being over. It's kicking. Some finals are underway now. Some students are done with their finals, but it's finals week.
George Carter, an asset to Seton Hill University students and alum. His day job is the assistant director of the Career and Professional Development Center. Helps students finding internships, practical experiences, and employment. Resume writing, etc., all the above. Jimmy Ryan down, right side cover for Lindsey-Bigler. Going with a chop and roll breakdown. Instantly going to the boot on the right side. See if he can work on the riding time clock a little bit. I'm sure Jimmy Ryan has accumulated over a minute. It's 1 minute, now under 1 minute. Jimmy Ryan mines out those legs. Lindsey-Bigler is going to give him the 1-point escape, so that builds that lead now 4-0 for Jimmy Ryan. Ryan's very busy with his hands, heavy with his hands.
He is. You saw Lindsey-Bigler kind of take a little glimpse over at the clock, so I wonder if Ryan's under that minute riding time.
He is.
He is?
Yep, a confirmation from Jason Green and Chris Cook. In the athletic department, shot there by Lindsey-Bigler, then a reshot by Jimmy Ryan, but Lindsey-Bigler trying to cut the corner. Ryan get a tabletop, it brings it all the way up. Headgear not where it's supposed to be, but funk rolling all the way through is Lindsey-Bigler. He's got height. See if he can take advantage, drive back over his leg. He's got Ryan in danger. See if he can secure the 3-point takedown.
Get the takedown first. You got to give him the 3. You got to give him the 3 before that.
It's potentially dangerous, and I think the knee was wrapped up underneath for Ryan.
It was wrapped on there, and I was just getting ready to say, Lindsey-Bigler, don't rush it, or it's going to get called potentially dangerous with that. So now the question is this injury time?
I think he blew it potentially dangerous.
But I mean, now he's fixing his
with the
equipment.
Headgear? Yeah, I'm not too sure about that rule. Ziad Haddad comes out, rips the headgear off of Jimmy Ryan's head. Coach DeAugustine doesn't look too thrilled with the call, nor did a lot of the Griffin faithful here this evening. But that gives Lindsey-Bigler some confidence now. Now he knows that he can scramble with one of the best in the country. Now it looks like he's turning up the momentum here a little bit. We have a technical violation. I have no idea what it was, but
I didn't see it either.
1 point for Lindsey-Bigler. Maybe fingers, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I couldn't see with the angle where we're sitting here on what was going on there, but you definitely could tell that Lindsey-Bigler picked up his activity.
It was good foot motion. Short time here remaining in the second period, 4-1. Jimmy Ryan up. Be Lindsey-Bigler's choice in the third. For sure, he's going to go down.
Oh,
no. Neutral.
Yeah, he's going to. Well, I mean, he's struggling underneath Ryan in that first period after giving up that takedown. So I knew he was going to go neutral. You know, when I think right now Lindsey-Bigler, he's kind of maybe in the head of Ryan here.
Yeah, feeling it a little bit. Yeah, you're right, G. Doesn't want to get the riding time, give up the riding time minute. So good job taking neutral. He's firing a double, then a reshot here by Jimmy Ryan in on a head inside single. Saw this position before. Looking to lock in the crotch is Linzenbigler. This is what got him in trouble before, but he hooks the head. He's got to get height here. Two all pretzeled up. Under 90 seconds to go. Linzenbigler building height.
Just pull it back. Just pull that back.
Yep.
Go in there and lock. Pull it back up to the head. Get up to your feet.
Minute 17 on the clock. Stop the clock. The clock's not right. They're going to. That's unfortunate. You can't have that happen at this level. You know, hit the buzzer, stop the match, get the clock right. All right, now they're going to have a discussion about it.
This break in action is definitely, I think, gonna help out Ryan. He was, looked like he was kind of struggling with weathering the storm of Linzenbigler.
Thank goodness there was a break in the action, because that's what I needed to get the clock set. Good stutter step there by Linzenbigler. Shoots in on a low single, trying to pop out the back door. Good scramble here by Jimmy Ryan. 50 to go. Each one has the other by the ankle. Looking to rubber knee all the way around is Linzenbigler.
Just got to get that leg free and kick off, and he's going to get
one
it.
Free.
Heading aside near cradle here if he gets it.
He's got the three-point takedown in the equalizer. Does Linzenbigler. 34 to go. Taking a grip on his own leg, maybe trying to just take this one to overtime. Again, we're tied. Riding time will not be a factor here. Jimmy with the roll through, staying on top like he always does. Is Linzenbigler trying to come out the back door, and does so. Maybe just give up the one, hurry up and scoot out of bounds.
Keep the arm, no change.
Get out of bounds and give him the one up. Ryan does a nice job staying in bounds, and with a late 1 point escape, Jimmy Ryan holds on for a 3-point decision. Making it 8-7 for the visiting Golden Bears. Nice job by Linzenbigler. Battling back, just the experience of Ryan. He's able to squeak out that 1 point escape, and he rocks a monster mullet. Boy, do I like that thing. That's the Miami Vice mullet right there on Jimmy Ryan. Who do we have coming up here now, G?
Out there for the Griffins, Christian Hyrack, the junior, out of Derry, Pennsylvania, Derry area high school, taking on Jeremy McKinney.
3 minutes on the clock. The masked man out of Derry. He did not have the mask on last Sunday.
Maybe an injury that occurred in practice.
I had to wear one of those once. It was absolutely miserable. Shot attempt by McKinney. Hyrack sidesteps out of it. 30 going in the first. 8-7. Kutztown University on top after 4 bouts. Looking to work the 2-on-1 from his right side is McKinney. Hyrack breaks free. 2 stay center mat. Re-engage collar tie on the left side over collar tie for McKinney. Left side leg attack for Hyrack. McKinney not giving up that single leg. Fires a low leg, single leg of his own. Trying to peek out the back door. Hyrack trying to tie McKinney up. See if he locks through the crotch and rolls all the way through here. Got to watch the back exposure too, right?
Yeah, you definitely. I mean, Hyrack's staying in good position there.
He is staying in good position. He's going to try to roll all the way through here. Squares back up. Now he's in advantage position. If he can pop his head out, stay on that right ankle. Don't give up the headlock to McKinney here at the edge. Pop your nugget out. He can't do it. McKinney at the edge of the mat with a headlock. And a lot of time to fight this one off. Well over a minute. Needs to get both scapulas down onto the mat. Making some adjustments here is McKinney. Let's see how close it is, and there it is, a 6-point mat slapper for McKinney. Builds that lead now, 14-7. Thought for a second there Hyrack was maybe going to battle out of nearly giving up a takedown, but McKinney slaps the headlock on, followed with the 6-point mat slapper. I believe this is where we will have our intermission. Guess what, folks? It is alumni night here for the Seton Hill University wrestling team, and they're going to have some recognition. So we're going to turn it over to the public address announcer, Chris Cook.
At this time, we'd like to bring your attention down to the floor as we honor our Seton Hill wrestling alumni who are in attendance with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, give a quick round of applause for our alumni as they make their way down to the mat. Alumni, when your name is called, please step forward on the mat as we honor you. To kick things off for us tonight, the first alumni is two-time All-American and 2012 graduate, Kenny Trombetta. Next up for us is 2011 graduate, Ron Eiswald. Up next is 2012 graduate Sean Short. Up next is recent graduate in 2024, Riley O'Mara. Up next is national qualifier in 2024 graduate William Burgess. Up next is 2020 graduate Tyler Kenny. Up next is 2020 graduate and current assistant coach and national qualifier Austin Shaw. Up next is 2013 graduate Eric Menard. Up next is 2020 graduate Zach Reckline. Following suit, 2012 graduate Billy Murphy. Up next is a three-time national qualifier and a 2017 graduate with his bachelor's and a 2019 graduate with his master's in business administration, Ty Leidick. Up next is 2012 graduate Bill Landefeld. Up next is a three-time national qualifier, a 2020 and 2021 graduate, Billy Bolin. next is a 2020 graduate and an All-American, Damon Greenwald. Next up is the 2011 graduate, Aaron Pazowski. Up next is the 2016 graduate, Brett Smith. Up next, Kyle Burkholder. Following suit is Don Kavanaugh. Up next is Ken Matthews. Following suit is a 2011 graduate and current assistant coach, Josh Testa. And rounding out tonight, Alec Shaw. Lastly, we would like to recognize Coach Chris Elliott. Coach Elliott was the first wrestling coach at Seton Hill and opened the program in 2007. In his tenure at Seton Hill, Coach Elliott coached 3 national qualifiers and 2-time All-American Kenny Trombetta. Everyone can give a quick round of applause for Coach Elliott for his continued support of Seton Hill Wrestling. At this time, we'd like all Seton Hill alumni, All-American wrestlers to please step forward and get a picture at the center of the mat. And at this time, we'd like all Seton Hill Wrestling alumni on the mat currently to step forward and get a group picture. Again, everyone give it up for the Seton Hill alumni wrestlers. Let's give one more round of applause to all of our alumni for making the trip back to the Hill and being with us tonight. All alumni are welcome to join us for the social up on the upper level of the track.
Alrighty, back here to our Young Guns of broadcast booth. Great recognition for the Seton Hill University alumni. Then that noise is them walking by our crowd mic, so I'm going to kill that because that's annoying. First head coach, Chris Skillet Elliott, Slippery Rock grad. Kennedy Christian High School, he and I coached together at James Madison University for a year back in the day. And we'll continue with 165 pounds.
Next up will be the 165-pound match for Kutztown, Bailey Gilmore, and for the Griffins, Colin Hearn.
Coming to the mat now for the Griffins, sophomore Colin Hearn, Conneaut Lake, Pennsylvania, taking on the number 7 ranked wrestler in Bailey Gimbor, redshirt junior at Burnville, PA, Hamburg High School, a Franklin and Marshall transfer, national qualifier last year. Bailey Gimbor was initially down at 157, bumping up here to 165. Again, ranked number 7. Or actually, Bailey Gimbor is ranked 3. His brother Dalton is 7, which is going to be coming up next at 174.
That's Kane Kettering. That'll be a good one.
I'm only guessing the Gimbor brothers are twins, and you'll see why I'm saying that when his brother comes out at 74.
both transfers from Franklin and Marshall, not too far down the road. Just a trip up the turnpike, and I'm sure there's a little bit of vertical drop. Kutztown's below the turnpike, I believe, out near Philly. About 3-hour, 45-minute ride, said Coach Haddad. Hand fighting, half shots happening out there right now. Looking for a barrel roll at the edge was Gimbor. They'll go out of bounds. Still scoreless here at 165 pounds, about number 6 of 10. Welcome and congratulations from the Westmoreland Sports Network to all the alumni who came back to the Hill. And if you couldn't make it, hopefully you're tuned in with us right now. Hello from your crew, your boys at the Sports Network here.
And I must add that Bailey, again, was a national qualifier, but an All-American last year, placed 8th in the nation.
Collar tie right side for Gimbor. Both guys hand fighting on the left.
And I know it's early in the bout, still a little over a minute to go, but you gotta like where Hearn's at here. He's defending these shots well. He's got to get to his offense though, so he doesn't get banged for stalling.
A lot of offensive attempts out there, and then he sucks in on a high single here. He's looking for a pull-through finish, taking it down to the mat is Gimbor. Let's see if Hearn can drive back up, get to his feet. He's going to try to cut the corner. He's got that left elbow planted, steps over the right leg of Gimbor. Wizard defense on the right side for Gimbor, 38 and counting down here in the first, still scoreless.
And the key is you don't want to rush it, but you still want to stay busy in the hold. Stay locked on it, come up above the knee, don't let go of that single leg.
Yep, he's got to tabletop it right here and bring it up. Gimbor doing a nice job coming back out in front and squaring up. He's already going to work on the hands on the lock, and we'll have him blown dead with a stalemate, 19 to go. And that's what you said, G. You need to stay busy enough. Again, don't rush, but continue to improve.
Because what does Coach Tomlin always say? You got to be a dog on a bone. You get on that leg, you might not ever get back to that position.
I'm sure it started with obviously. Short time here in the first period. We'll go to the second, scoreless.
Again, like I said, you got to like where Hearn's at here going into the second period, all knotted at 0, against the number 3 wrestler in the nation, returning All-American, placed top 8 last year in the nation in Bailey Gimbor.
Gimbor down, left side cover for Hearn. Squeeze pry, jam, breakdown. Here comes Gimbor up to his feet, dropping down to the left ankle, looking for a sweep on the right side. It is Hearn, right back up to his feet. Good position on the way down. You want to ball up, be a cat. Right back up to his feet, and you don't want to get the stall call there.
And it was coming.
It was. You saw the fist forming on Patrick Frank's right hand. Excuse me, it would have been a left hand, red band. It's okay, give up the 1-point escape.
And Frank's the referee. He does a lot of does he do a lot of ACC matches?
I know. I don't know where all he officiates, but he's definitely been to the NC2A tournaments, so. And they don't not just everybody goes to officiate.
Well, yeah, no,
there,
they don't. But I thought he covered some ACC
maybe
matches
some pit
too.
matches. I mean, he's a native of the area, so perhaps pit matches. Trying to suck him down to a front head and arm is Hearn. Now he brings him down to the mat. Let's see if he can take advantage, but not fast enough. Blown dead with a stalemate. 58 remaining, middle frame, 1-0 Gimbor. Double leg shot, kind of minus the setup right there. Gimbor battled it off with a sprawl and double underhooks. See if he takes advantage of the position. Looking for the front head, looking to cut the corner. Hearn doing a nice job staying square, trying to come all the way up to his feet. Now Gimbor's got the head in the hole, trying to cut the corner. He's got the far hip. Nice job by Hearn, who Grambied out of it. Great reaction to avoid that three-point takedown, but right back in jeopardy is again. And there is the three-point takedown, extending his lead near the end of the period. Now 4-0, short time.
And that was what I meant by you got to be like a dog on the bone. Once
Yes.
you get in that position, you got to keep wrestling and wrestling until you're able to secure the takedown. Sure. That's what Gimbor was able to do. And you got to think that's where that experience,
sure,
returning All-American, top 5 in the nation.
You sequence wrestles, you chain wrestles. It's one thing to the next. These guys don't stop wrestling. They wrestle through, giving up points. They wrestle all the way through it. Next thing you know, they're scoring points, and that's just a sign of maturity and a solid room, good environment. These guys are practicing that every day, putting themselves into positions and predicaments. Wrestling has certainly evolved from way back in the day where it was just technique. Now it's a lot of scrambling.
In which, there is a bit of technique involved too.
Oh, for sure.
With that.
A lot of it's familiarity, being there before, figuring out how to wrestle through it in the mat room. And a lot of times you have to improvise out there as Gimbor staying heavy on the head, turning up the pace on Hearn here. 4-0 lead for the Golden Bear. 70 seconds to go. Maybe looking for a slide by there was Hearn. Gimbor slid out of it. Maybe had an attempt at a leg attack. Decided against it.
Hearn's going to have to put multiple attacks here to get to those legs. Thought he had it there on that misdirection. Just didn't commit.
Well, great response, too, by Gimbor. But indeed was a nice misdirect shot by Hearn. Now right back in that front head and arm. And he wants to get that head in the hole. Looking for a sucker drag out of it is Hearn.
Got to chase it down.
Yep.
You got to chase it down.
Dog on a bone right there. If ever it meant something, it was right there. Now Hearn turning it up, under 20 to go, down 4-0. This will be a 3-point decision for Gimbor if it stands, sucking Hearn down into a front head and arm right near the edge of the mat in front of the Griffins bench. And he's going to be content to just hang out right there, wear out the clock. Very quickly throws his left foot back in bounds. Throw another 3 up for the Golden Bears. Now 17-7 as we head to 174. And, gee, I'm excited for this bout. This is one that, during prep I saw, and I was like, this is going to be, could be, on paper, could be a great bout, but definitely going to be a test for Kane Kettering of the Griffins.
Next up, 174 pounds for Kutztown, Dalton Gimbor, and for the Griffins, Kane Kettering.
Out there now at 174 for the Griffins. Their returning national qualifier and regional champion, Kane Kettering, the junior, out of Transfer, PA, Reynolds High School. He's going to be taking on the brother of Bailey Gimbor in Dalton Gimbor, ranked 7th in the nation.
And you're right, G. He looks just like his brother. 3 minutes up, first period, 174 pounds. Here we go. A bit of a vertical difference between these two. I would say Kane probably has a good 6 inches in reach.
Dalton also a transfer. Franklin and Marshall was a national qualifier last year. And Dalton was actually started the season down at 165, up at 174 now. But like you said, this is going to be a great test for Kettering.
National qualifier a year ago.
Mm-hmm. When he said on the kickoff show, getting there, kind of helped me believe, in myself that I could do it, right? That I could do it again. So this is going to be the test for him.
To engage, center mat, then break free. Collar tie, over collar tie for Gimbor. Shot on the right side for Gimbor. In on that single is going to go with a pull-through finish. Changes off to the double. Not giving it up just yet is Kettering, not allowing Gimbor to hook that leg. He's got a pretty good grip on Gimbor's through the crotch right there. If he can somehow scoot his hips, but he's going to give up the takedown. I think he saw himself maybe ending up in a near cradle and said, you know what, let's not go to that fire. I'll just give up the 3 and we'll start over again. Needs to react quick here. Let's get the 1 point. Get back to your feet. Don't allow that riding time clock to build. Nice hip change by Kettering all the way up to his feet. Post in the hands. Right hip pocket. Cuts away. Minute 15. Counting down. Now 3-2-1. 21 seconds accumulated there for Gimbor. Minute to go. First period. Kettering needs to get Gimbor moving. His feet are stagnant. He's not, no lateral motions, no pushing or pulling, and that's what you're going to need to do. He'll pick attempt there. Shot from Kutztown pretty much by Gimbor right there, fended off by Kettering, who's looking for a throw by. Nice attempt.
Almost got it.
He threw it and didn't attack, and it allowed Gimbor to square back up before giving up the 3-point takedown. Under 20.
He's got to get a little bit more busier here on his feet. I mean, nice ankle pick there by Kettering to close out the first period.
Nice lift, mat return, gives the Griffins a good bit to cheer about as the first period comes to a close. The Griffin up 4-3, and our good friend Jeff Shaw checking in. Uncle Jeff said that Dalton beat Kane 9-3 in the duel last season, so maybe a little bit of redemption time here for Kane. But, hey, we still got a lot of wrestling to go. It's going to be a false start on Gimbor. It's all right. You get 2 of those before the third one will cost you a point. Thanks, Uncle Jeff, for checking in and giving us a little bit of trivia. Lift mat return for Gimbor, but right back down to his base. And that's what young wrestlers, if you're out there, you see how he brought his knees to his chest in the air. He came down on his knees, and that allows him to come right back up to his feet like this. Get the 1-point escape. That's the equalizer, 4-4. Kettering does have 6 seconds of riding time, and I need to stop the clock. Sorry about that. Not sure what the stoppage is. Okay, maybe they didn't start the clock. I was wondering why my clock was so far off. Of course, mine is never wrong. All right, now they've got it figured out. Minute 25 counting down. Tied bout, second period. Shot attempt to the right side for Gimbor. Does a nice job staying high. I'll tell you what, good reaction there by Kettering, but a drop shot down in. High up on the single, but Kettering looking to create a scramble situation. In on a single of his own, walking all the way around the mat. He's across the hips. I'm pretty sure that should be 3 points. Indeed it is.
And he could stay there, just get a little bit active up top with your hands, make it look like you're doing something.
Darn right, boy. You stay right there. He's got the leg laced, under 50 to go, 3-point lead.
Right out here, yeah, it'd be huge. I mean, don't drive him off the mat.
But you got to stay busy enough. You don't want to draw the stalemate. There's not much you can do right there at the edge.
Keep that foot in. Keep that foot in.
.40 seconds of ride time for the Griffin. Right side cover for Kane. Up to his feet comes Gimbor. Locked, looking for a lift, mat return, but right back down on his knees is Gimbor. He's going to explode back up right here, but good forward pressure by Kane Kettering. Prying out on that left thigh, good forward pressure, making Gimbor carry everything he's got. He's going to try to sneak out the side door here, short time. Let's see if Kettering can hold on. And indeed he does. He'll take a 7-4 lead to the third.
So Kettering's up over a minute of riding time because that was just 25.8 seconds.
Minute 5. Minute 5 of riding time, so it's pretty crucial that you explode out of here and try to beat that clock. He's going to go right to a switch, and then he's going to try to step over Gimbor. Good golly, missed Molly. I thought he was going to take him to his back, but Gimbor reacting quickly just gives up the 2-point reverse, and now Kettering going back to work on top. This is where you want to try to lock in that riding time. It's okay to give up the 1-point escape if you have to, but if you can secure that riding time point, and he's riding like a dog right now. He's running the crossface series from that right side, and he's in good position. And I'll be honest, it looks like Gimbor's broke a little bit down there, G, doesn't it?
You know, you never could count out a top 10 guy.
No,
but I will say this, you know, Gimbor being victorious over Kittering last year, and now, you know, a different Kittering out there with more confidence in his ability on the mat, you know, up 9-5.
Got to stay busy. No stall calls to mention here.
Riding time in Kittering's favor.
We hit the 1-minute mark, looking for a leg attempt, then a sucker drag, and then a reshot there by Kettering. Needs to try to take advantage of this improved position or circle back up to your feet.
Oh, yeah, or clear out. Just clear out of there.
Got a chin and arm
sucker
underneath.
drag out here. He has it.
Double underhooks, looking to spin around to the left side is Gimbor. Staying square is Kettering. Here comes Kettering back up to his feet. Now they break free. 40 and counting, 9-5 the lead. Riding time in favor of Kettering.
A takedown still does not win it for Gimbor. He's going to have to go from his feet to back.
Shot attempt there by Gimbor, looking for the front head and arm was Kettering. Action out of bounds. 25 ticks. Kettering toes the line. Got to weather the storm right here. Stay passive-aggressive. Don't put on the backup.
I was going to say circle. Don't go straight back. Short time here, 15 seconds. Start circling in.
Looking for a headlock there was Gimbor. Right in front of the broadcast booth. Looking for another headlock at the edge. Kettering's just going to play, and what a wrestle back for Kane Kettering, avenging a 9-3 loss just a year ago. 10-5 with riding time point. It's a bit of a statement win there for the sophomore. As we head to 184 pounds. Cuts into that 17-7 lead, now 17-10. 3 bouts to go.
For the Griffins coming to the mat now, Troy McClellan, the freshman out of Export, PA. Franklin Regional product. He has a tough mountain to climb here in number 2 ranked Matthew Weinberg, the senior out of Philadelphia, PA. Archbishop Ryan High School, 2-time regional champ, 2-time All-American NCAA Division II runner-up last season is Weinberg.
And he is already very busy with his hands. Tack left side, trying to come out the back door on McClellan. McClellan locked in the crotch. Weinberg going to windmill that left arm all the way around. He wants to hook onto the hip and continue to try to turn his hip. And McClellan's got to watch he doesn't give up exposure on his back.
Not quite
there's the
there,
counts right. Yep, there's 3 near fall right there.
I was going to say it's be better off just giving it up.
So a 3 and 3, now a 1-point escape. And then right back in, and this is why he is as good as he is, a number 2 ranked man in the land. He is aggressive, running that high leg Turk. Now there's a Turk, G.
Yeah.
Going to work on McClellan right here, going to try to flatten him out, using his knee on that left shoulder. Trying to drive it down. Patrick Frank down there looking for it. Matthew Weinberg looking for the second mat slapper of the evening for the Golden Bears. Throwing his hips down, trying to arch that chest up, drive pressure down onto that right shoulder blade. Good job by McClellan. Still has 90 seconds to fight. I was going to say,
still a lot of time in that position. That bow and arrow, you know, that's painful to be in. And there's nowhere to go. You turn into the bow and arrow, you're going to pin yourself. You turn away, you make it tighter.
That's what I was going to say. I thought that Weinberg was going to try to make an adjustment, and McClellan took advantage of that small window of opportunity and got off of his back, but now down 10-1 here in the first period. Looking for a little tilt action from the right side, coming back up on top. High boot on the right side. Now he's going to slip it out is Weinberg. Going to look to work a bar on the right side. McClellan needs to come up off of the mat. Don't sit down there and take this punishment. Digs that knee right into the back of the elbow. Maybe wouldn't call it cheating, but that's certainly gaining the competitive edge. Digging out the bar, continuing to work on that. Going to come out in front and give McClellan a 1-point escape. Nope, he's going to rope-a-dope him and try to come in for a chin and arm gator roll.
Try to bait him there. Almost worked. You got to like the heart, though, of Troy McClellan, the freshman. I mean, out there fighting, you know, the matches we called against Fairmont State and even St. Vincent, you know, he was out there battling.
Did the same thing at Franklin Regional under head coach Matt Leby. Had great chat with him. What was that? Last Sunday. Live from Arena's American Eatery, our Westmoreland County Wrestling Kickoff Show. You can go back on demand at westmorelandsports.com and watch back to that. That was a really fun broadcast. We interview all the county's high school coaches, a couple kids from each team, included the girls' teams, and, of course, Seton Hill University and St. Vincent's.
It's a quick one there.
Representing as well. You can go back. You can catch this one later, too. It takes a little bit to upload. Left side cover, jumping over to the right is McClellan, looking for a lift mat return, but being stingy and not going down, lacing that leg is Weinberg. I think McClellan getting away with a little locked hands there as Mr. Frank was away from the action, but that's okay. 2 will go out of bounds. 1:44 on the clock. Second period, 10-2 the lead. Be sure to give us a follow on our social media channels at Westmoreland SN and Westmoreland Sports Network. McClellan going to give Weinberg the cut. 1-point escape. And then instantly in on that single leg with a quick pull-through finish. And that's, gee, I want to point that out to everybody who's tuned in, and I know you already know this. Fast finish, in on the leg and finish. He's not giving his opponent in McClellan time to dig in on a defense.
Yeah.
Or allow him to create a scramble position. If he gets his tilt here, it could be all she wrote for McClellan. It would be a tech fall. That would be 5 points. And indeed it is Weinberg. Tech fall, throw up another 5. It'll make it 22-10 for the Golden Bears.
Winner by 18-2, scored 184 pounds from Kutztown, Matt Weinberg.
Bring us to 197 pounds.
At 197 pounds for Kutztown, Wade McIntyre. And we're up with Brendan Finnerty.
Out there now for the Griffins at 197 pounds, Brendan Finnerty, the grad student out of Pittsburgh, PA, Thomas Jefferson High School. He's going to be taking on Wayne McKintry.
McIntyre.
McIntyre.
That's okay. You were getting phonetic with it.
I was. And I was looking at a different name in a line.
Shot there by McIntyre. Reshot instantly by Finnerty. Good defense sprawl. Trying to cut the corner now is McIntyre. Looking for a near cradle on the side. But how about Finnerty just wrestling all the way through it. Now he's got single leg all the way up. Now look to finish fast right here. And look if they did. How about this? McIntyre going to scoot the corner. Boy, it looked like Finnerty had him, and you just never have a Golden Bear. I'm telling you right now. Now he's going to try to go to work here on top of Finnerty.
Wayne McIntyre, the junior out of East Stroudsburg, PA, East Stroudsburg North High School, currently ranked 11th in the nation, is McIntyre.
He's working this crossface series. He's looking for the Turk. Now he's going to wind up the crossface cradle, take Mr. Nose to Mr. Knee. And if you're Finnerty, you need to extend as he does right there. But now you put yourself in jeopardy for bundles because you've got the right hip buried. And that's what makes this crossface series so deadly is you have options. Depending on what your opponent does with his hips down low. All He's going to high leg Turk, steps all the way through, needs to get that 45-degree angle. Back to the crossface. No exposure yet, almost there, and there it is. Patrick Fank counting back points. If he gets to a 4 count, that'll be 4.
It looks like he has that bow and arrow back there.
Yes, he does.
And like I said, it gets tighter when you look away.
And you can roll into it, it's game over.
And, yeah, that's tight. And it's completely legal.
There it is, a mat slapper from McIntyre. Throws another 6 up for the Golden Bears.
97 pounds, Kutztown Wayne McIntyre.
28-10 as we head to our final bout of the evening. 285 pounds is the classification, also called heavyweight.
Final match of the day. From Kutztown, Liam Akers, and from Seton Hill, Ethan Kane.
On the mat now for the Griffins, Ethan Kane, the grad student out of Elizabeth, PA, Elizabeth Forward High School. He's going to be taking on Liam Akers, the junior out of Annandale, New Jersey, North Hunterdon High School.
To engage in heavy hands, lots of pulling down on the head. Looking to windmill into a single out of that underhook on the left side was Akers. Over-unders.
Just looking back on the last time these two teams met, Kutztown won 34-15. This was back on November 30th of 2023. The last time the Griffins were victorious over Kutztown was back in, do you have that date, Smitty? If you want to guess on it. This could be a whizzer quizzer real quick.
15.
2020. They beat the Golden Bears at home 21-16.
And Kane was in on a leg attack, and great defense and scramble there for Akers, who secures the 3-point takedown at the edge, and he's just going to keep that little piggy in and let the clock run. Right there, he's going to stop out of bounds. Gee, did these two wrestle last year by chance? Let me look something up here. Left side cover for Akers, up 3-0.
Yeah, they wrestled last year.
These two young men.
Oh, these two, that I do not know.
I can look if you give me 1 second. Actually, I don't know if I can do all this electronic stuff
I got you
here
covered.
at once. Yeah, you
got you covered.
That. Running the spiral right around the left side, trying to dig out the bar. He's got it. Oh, nice job by Kane. Not to give up the bar on the back to his base. Needs to go with a knee slide. He's got the forward pressure. Knee slide up to your feet, young man. Good golly. It was there for you. Now you're back down to your belly. You got to build that base, and that's a lot of human being you got to push up to get back to your base. Under a minute to go here in the first period. 3-0 Akers, trying to put the cherry on top of this Sunday. Trying to dig the bar in. He's got it dug in on the left side. See if he goes underhook or tries to hunt down the one-on-one wrist, looking for a half. This becomes a game of what Kane does with his hips, too.
It does.
He's going to throw that left hip down, then he throws the half, and then you see he sticks the outrigger out on the right side, trying to push back into that lateral pressure that Akers is putting in. Now he's going to suck him around the backside. Kutztown Golden Bears, they're a solid team.
They are.
30-year vet coach Fisher doing a great job. Got a great staff around him.
So last year in the duel, Liam Akers was actually down at 197, and he decisioned Brendan Finnerty 5-0. And then Dustin Swanson from Kutztown was victorious by fall over Ethan Kane. So no, they did not wrestle last year. Kane's still in a good spot here, down 3 to start the second.
Left side cover. He's going to work on that riding time clock here a little bit. Good squeeze, pride jam. Now he's going to come up and look for a Merkel. How about the 285-pounder looking to roll all the way through on this one? He's got the side headlock, but he's got to get to work on it because there, in fact, is the stall call. And they've done that so that you can't come out there and hang on.
Yeah.
It was almost a stall tactic. Coach Frank explaining what he is guilty of. Akers set, left side cover again. To the tripod position is Akers, trying to push back all the way up to his feet. To a body lock is Kane. You have 5 seconds to attempt to return your opponent to the mat. It's just an attempt. It doesn't have to be an actual return. Kane going to give him the 1 point escape, building that lead now 4-0 for Akers, who comes in heavy with a right-hand club. Going to work on a front head and arm here right in front of the Kutztown Golden Bear bench. Coach Haddad drops down on the low leg single, looking to drive Kane back in. Now his elbow got to the floor. Oh, he's going to hit him for stalling. 1 point green. So if you intentionally go for the hardwood floor, and I don't know, was that intentional? Okay, it was.
Yeah.
So now 5-0 for that technical well, second stall call, in fact, is what it is. But if you are wrestling and there's action going out of bounds and you come in contact with the hardwood, they do stop the mat. But when you're reaching for the hardwood, well, you saw what happens.
And again, if there's an extra piece of mat there,
yes, it avoids all that.
It avoids it, but then in that case, then Kane, just gives up a takedown.
Trying to suck Kane back down under with that front head and arm. He's heavy with the underhook on the left side. Looking for head position. Kane doing a nice job. Needs to circle here at the edge. Oh, he was looking to lateral drop him. And that might have hurt. Yeah, he came down on the back of his neck or his head. He's okay. Shakes it off. Back to neutral. 5-0, 19 seconds. Counting down. Second period. Won't go anywhere after the match is ended here. We will have our Comrades Barbershop post-match show. G will give us a recap, maybe a quick word with head coach Vince DiAugustine of the Griffins, second-year head coach. Third period will start neutral. Say thank you to all of you out there again joining us this evening. PSAC wrestling action, nice and cold out, so it's a good day to stay inside. Good evening to stay inside and watch some good wrestling. Punching that underhook from the left side is Akers, looking to build on this lead. Kane pushing in with over-unders, and you might want to watch that because you could get frequent flyer miles out of that one.
Yeah, and Kane's, he's gonna have to go big here, being down 5. I don't know if riding time is a factor, but it very well could be in favor of Akers.
How about this? Kane firing a shot. Nice sprawl reaction, trying to cut the corner inside out on the left ankle. And if you're Kane, you're going to have to improve here quickly. Don't stay down there and take the punishment. You got a knee slide up to it. And then dog on a bone. In on that low leg single. Catches the far left hip of Kane. And another 3-point takedown for Akers. Good motion for the big guy. Now up 8-0. Under a minute to go in our final bout. The big guy thrown in the boots. He's got Kane flattened out, far side of the mat. Stalemate.
Like to see Kane come back to the center and work to get out, not to give up bonus.
Yeah, I would have to say riding time is a lock at 2 minutes. So this is in major decision territory.
I was going to say it's still a lot. I mean, unless he gets a reversal here, or maybe comes up and throws him to his back.
Look at that hip change to his feet, going to get the 1-point escape. So the deficit now 7, but with the riding time point would be 9-1. And my public school math tells me that's 8-point difference. So that would be a 4-point major decision for Akers, the Golden Bear. And that's exactly how this one will come to a close. Your final 9-1, Liam Akers. In a final score, the visiting Golden Bears of Kutztown University 32, Seton Hill University Griffins 10. Griffins suffered their first loss in the McKenna Center in this campaign. G, you want to go ahead and give us your recap, sir?
Yeah, so tonight's action, as always, starts out at 125 pounds. Dawn Lindsay, the freshman, victorious 16-3, major decision over Nick Allison, making the score 4-0 Seton Hill. Moving on to 133, Jacob Braun, the freshman, fell by tech fall to Javion DeLeon, the junior, by 16-1. Technical fall, making the score 5-4. Now in favor of the Golden Bears. 141, Nico Farah got the momentum back in the favor of the Griffins, picking up a hard-fought 5-4 decision over Jarrett Felton, making the score 7-5. Going up to 149, Ty Lisenbigler dropped a close decision to the number 10th ranked wrestler in the nation, Jimmy Ryan, making the score 8-7 in favor of the Bears. 157, Christian Hyrak started out, looked like he was in good position, and then got caught in that headlock by Jeremy McHenry, the sophomore, able to pick the fall up in the first period over Hyrak, making the score 14-7. 165, Colin Hearn, went out there and at least put himself in a position where he could win the match late, but dropped a 4-0 decision over the number 3 ranked wrestler in the nation, returning All-American in Bailey Gimbor, the junior for the Golden Bears, making the score 17-7. At 174, this was the matchup that we wanted to see. Kane Kittering, the returning national qualifier, regional champ, picked up a 10-5 decision over the number 7th ranked wrestler in the nation, Dalton Gimbor, to make the score 10-7. And there, I kind of felt the Griffins were starting to kind of claw back into this thing, but the Golden Bears were just too tough down the stretch. 184, the number 2 ranked wrestler in the nation and returning national runner-up in Matthew Weinberg picked up a 8-2 technical fall over Troy McClellan, making a score 22-10. 197, 11th ranked Wayne. And I did kind of pronounce this a little. McIntyre. Yeah. The junior picked up a first period fall over Brendan Finnerty, the graduate student for Seton Hill, making it 28-10. And then 285, Liam Akers was able to kind of ice it for the Golden Bears, picking up a 9-1 major decision over Ethan Kane, making the final score 32, Kutztown 10.
Well
Seton
done,
Hill.
partner. Well done, partner. Congratulations, both teams. Good hard fight out there. Golden Bears, get home safe. We'll see you again soon. Want to say thank you again and all of our sponsors, the red carpet that's always rolled out here at the Hill, Jason Green, Chris Cook, everybody, head coach Vince DiAugustine, Coach Fisher, for all of their input to make tonight's match a good one and our broadcast a good one. And it's all because of all of you out there. We love you. And this is why we do it. And what do we have coming up? One more time. Next Wednesday, December 11th, Dairy area at Greater Latrobe. That's going to be a good one. Double A, triple A showdown, crosstown. That's going to be a good one. So make sure you're there for that one. I imagine we'll go on the air about 6:40. Then Saturday, December 21st, Burrell at Kiski area. That's always a great one. Again, double A, triple A. Those two schools about 5 minutes apart. And historically, just great traditions of excellence over there at those schools. And then Saturday, December 28th, we'll have Day 2 audio coverage of Powerade. Again, Day 2 only, audio only coverage of Powerade. And, of course, the Southmoreland Christmas Classic Finals also on Saturday, December 28th. Gee.
Will that be the Powerade semis and finals or just the Powerade?
So we'll start in the morning. Marky knows better than we do. Day 2 of Powerade, you're in the semis in the morning, which starts about 11, but there's a round of wrestlebacks that starts about 9 a.m. Yeah, it'll be pretty much full day of coverage from Powerade. So a lot of great wrestling. It'll be audio. So we love audio broadcasts because you have to really paint the picture because you don't have a picture. So lots of fun here tonight. Gee, as always, my brother, thank you so much. Marky K, thank you so much. He was on the sticks tonight. Your final. Kutztown University Golden Bears 32, Seton Hill University 10. Have a wonderful, wonderful and safe weekend. Stay warm. Until next Wednesday, live from Greater Latrobe. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.